All right, you guys, so this is going to be a yoga stretch session, so feel free to, you know, at your own leisurely time, if you want to pull up a mat and actually go through this yoga session, you're more than welcome to. So I'm starting off with down dog. I'm just kind of trading my feet there, just to kind of isolate the calves. And then that's just cobra, awesome stretch. Notice I didn't go into too much hyperextension in my lower back. I kind of isolated my abdominal wall. Now I transition into a lunge position and a nice little twist. That's getting the hip flexor as well as the high glute hamstring. Here, this really gets into that glute hamstring tie-in right there. It really gets into those hip extensors. Now I'm just kind of changing the platform of the stretch. Here, this is like a half kneeling warrior pose. This is getting the hip flexor, the left side hip flexor, phenomenally. Little trunk rotation. Now I transition into some warrior. I'm getting ready to go into Warrior 2. I realize the camera's not really getting me fully here in a moment. There we go. So we're going to raise the camera. All right, so you guys can see better. Here's Warrior 2. I like wearing these shoes. I just really feel they really just kind of give me a better sensation of what's going on and just kind of activate my feet more. Just gives it a functional element. Here, I'm going into a little, once again, getting the hip flexor on the outside, the IT band as well. Now we transition, half kneeling, just getting the hip flex on the other side, getting a nice opening up, as well as the chest and shoulder, a little bit of neck stretch. Now we drop it down, once again, getting that high hamstring, gluteal connection there. Also kind of deloads the lower spine and just kind of awesome. Just the way the body, the way those muscles are just attached. They're so versatile and dynamic. I go by feel. So as you can see here, I'm just kind of feeling. This is really getting different elements of the gluteals and the hip flexor and the IT band and everything else. Now we're just kind of flowing our way into a Warrior 2 pose. Here I throw the Tai Chi hands. Little windmill action into Warrior 1. Locking out that back heel, hip flexor stretch. Now getting the IT band and a little different element there of the hip flexors. Windmilling down into a beautiful twist. Straighten that front leg, just kind of demonstrating some flexibility there. When I watched this video, I was like, wow. I was quite pleased with my flexibility, guys. I always think, I mean, when I'm going through these stretches, I feel so much tighter than what it looks. Like it looks like I'm not that tight, but it feels so good doing these stretches. Here is an interesting twist to a fire log. I'm doing it from a supine position. This is really getting, see, I'm touching right there, I'm palpating. I think that's my gluteus medius. Actually, it's probably the IT band. It's probably the tensor fasciae lata, the TFL. And it's just a phenomenal stretch. Now I'm bringing it on the other side, just kind of locking it in. So the song I was listening to was Wild Horses by the Sundays. I don't know, it's one of my favorite stretch songs. It's usually just such a soothing, relaxing song for me. So now I'm just kind of I'm putting it back to the beginning because the whole song probably finished. Now I'm just replaying it. So this is a phenomenal stretch for the left hip. Notice how I'm kind of tilting to the side there, just kind of coaxing the stretch. Now I'm going into your standard figure 4, supine figure 4. Notice on my neck, see how I fix my neck? That's just trying to optimize posture and stretches and having good. There, I'm actually rotating on my PSIS, posterior superior iliac spine of my pelvis. It kind of gives a different platform to the gluteus maximus. It's a phenomenal stretch. So this is your standard figure 4 stretch, which is known to stretch the piriformes, which can be tight. and press on the sciatic nerve. Here, this is just a phenomenal stretch. I have short legs, guys. I know it looks like I'm real flexible, and I am fairly, but I kind of have short legs. Here, I'm kind of going into getting a high glute hamstring just from a supine position now. Really getting a good calf stretch here out of it, too. That's a half happy baby pose. Now I'm going to transition to the other side. Figure 4. Just holding it, and it just feels so good just to hold it. Now I kind of semi-roll to that PSIS. There I kind of put my elbow down to keep myself from rolling all the way over, and it just gives a deeper, just different stretch to the gluteals. Now we go into a single leg, straight leg raise stretch. As you can see, I have a little bit of a tight hip flexor. See how my leg doesn't go on the ground? I think it could also be because of my glutes. It get in the way perhaps, but I think it's just tightness, and so it's something that I just continually strive to improve and work on. Here's half happy baby pose. It's just a systemic sense of relaxation when you stretch, guys. So here, I think I'm finished. Yeah, so you guys can feel free to do this on your own, or just if you've enjoyed this, just remember to click the like button, share, and subscribe, and thank you for watching. Tune in next time.